Hey, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can start selling and making money from your digital course before ever even creating it. Let's get into it. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Penberthy. I'm the founder of adclients.com, and we help you create, launch, and scale your business on the internet. Like I said, in today's video, I want to share with you how you can start selling and making good money from a digital course before you ever even create it. And the reason why I'm doing a video on this topic is I see inside of our coaching programs and with our students that even come into our high ticket training programs, they delay their launch so long because they want their program to be perfect. Whether that is going to be a low ticket course that's going to sell for $200, whether it's one that is going to sell for $500, $2,000, or even high ticket, $5 to $10K. They want to make sure that every lesson, every module, everything's perfect with their course before they start selling it. And it's going to be the death of the course before it's ever even launched, because they're never going to get it out. They're never going to start making sales. I've seen people delay for 6, 12 months. And we want to start getting customers and clients now. So I want to share with you a strategy that I have used with almost all of my digital courses to start making sales, and in some cases, 6 figures worth of sales before the course is actually a thing. So let me get into it. So there's 2 ways that you can do this, okay? What you're essentially going to be creating, regardless of which category you fall into, which I'll share with you in just a moment, you're going to create the base of your online course. You're going to create a foundation, what we call the skeleton of your membership site. So you'll create a membership area that is going to at some point be housing all of your content of your course and all the links and the training and the resources and all that good stuff. You're going to create the skeleton of that. So you're going to get access to, a membership site builder, whether that's Kajabi, Kartra, ClickFunnels, there's a ton of them. It doesn't matter. Just you're going to go ahead and create a site. You're going to put in a welcome video. When someone joins, they actually get that welcome video. And you're going to create the tabs that you want to have in that membership site that are eventually going to be housed with training. So either way, whichever category you fall into, you're still going to create a skeleton site. Now, let's talk about these 2 categories. The first is if you already have an existing audience. If you have an email list, if you have a social media following, if you have any audience anywhere that you know that if you were to launch a course, you would get a few customers pretty quickly. We're not just talking about 1 or 2, but you know that if you were to go out to your existing audience, no paid ads, no cold marketing, no traffic generation other than internal traffic generation, meaning emailing a list and things like that. If you know that's the case, then here's what you're going to do. You're going to plan what your course is going to consist of. You're going to plan the modules, you're going to plan the lessons, you're going to plan what the bonuses are going to be, you're going to plan everything out, and then when you start promoting and you're not going to record any of it yet. You're not going to record any of the training, no lesson, you're just going to plan it so that you have a structure. So that if someone said what is going to be in your course, you could tell them, but they wouldn't be able to get access to it yet. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create your marketing campaign that's going to start selling that course, and you're going to position it as live weekly training. So let's say, for example, you've planned your course and it's going to be 6 modules long, okay? Then you are going to teach a module of your training once per week. So if you've got 6 modules, it's going to be 6 weeks of training. Now, let's say that you're going to be inviting your warm audience out to a webinar. That's going to be the sales vehicle that you're going to use to start selling your course. So great, you put the webinar together, you invite your audience, you deliver the webinar, and at the end, when you make the offer for your course, you say, look, I want to invite you to join a new program that I've got. It's called this is what it's about, and here's how it's going to work. You are going to go on a journey with me for the next 6 weeks. And every week live, I'm going to be producing the next lot of lessons for you. I'm going to give you homework at the end, and then we're going to proceed to the next week for the next module. So you're essentially selling something that hasn't been created yet. You'll actually find that the demand for it might even be a little bit higher because they get to see this live, they get to unfold, they get to be a part of the unfolding of the training. They get to ask you questions at the end of each weekly session. They get the accountability of going through it with you weekly. You'll actually find your audience will enjoy that process, okay? And what's happening for you on your side is that you haven't needed to produce any of the content ahead of time. And what I find extra special is the accountability to get it done. Because if you have an endless deadline, you just know, I've got knowledge in my head that I want to start selling, I want to create a course. If you don't have a deadline, you will forever delay doing it. A month will go by, a month will turn into three will turn into 6. Before you know it, a year has gone by and you've still not launched your course. Whereas if you do a webinar, you sell some spots, now you are guaranteed to have a course planned, created, and ready to go in 6 weeks because people have bought it. And so now what you're going to do is the first week is coming around and all you focus on is planning for and delivering week 1. And then the next week you plan for and deliver week 2. And the same with 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And so within 6 weeks, you've got an amazing course. You've done it in 6 weeks as opposed to 6 months. You've probably increased buyer demand through this time anyway, because they're going to love the fact that they get to be a part of this live. And it means that before you start selling it, all you had to do is just get a bit of an outline prepared for the course. Okay, so this works really, really well. And that's what you should do if you have an existing warm market. And the reason why you're going to roll it out live if you have an existing warm market that you know you'll make at least a good handful of sales is because otherwise it's not worth doing it live. Yeah, otherwise it's just not, you don't want to sell one place and now you're doing a live call and you've only got one person on, and if they can't make it, now you're just doing it live, with yourself. There was no point in you setting it up as a live presentation. You may as well just be recording it offline. So that's how I record almost all of my courses, because I know that I have an audience that if I launch something new, I will make a ton of sales very quickly. So it's worth me doing that, okay? So that's the first category. Now the second category are those of you that you do not have a warm audience. You don't have an email list. You don't have a social media following. You are going in, green. There's no one there that will instantly buy this thing. You want to get your launch, you want to get your course ready, you want to launch it, and you want to just start running some advertising and making some sales, hopefully, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to prepare only the first module. And that is all that's going to happen. You're going to prepare the first module so that when someone does buy it, there is something in there ready to go. But every other module is going to be positioned that you're going to unlock the second week, a week in. So when someone joins your training, they get access to week 1. And then once they've been in the training for a week, they unlock week 2, and then week 3 and week 4 and week 5 and week 6. So in your marketing efforts now, whether you still go the webinar route and you create an automated webinar, or whether you just build a sales page, doesn't matter. The sales message is going to be, hey, I've got this new program. It's called this. Here's what it's about. And here's what's going to happen. To keep you accountable and to make sure you get results with this, when you come into my program, I'm going to give you access to the first module, which is called this. And that's going to teach you this. I'm going to give you homework at the end of that. And then we will progress to the second week. And then the second week of you being in my program, we're going to unlock week 2 for you. And week 2 is all about this, because you're planning what it's going to be. So you already know the outcome. You just haven't recorded it yet, but you know what it's going to be. So you can tell them it's going to be this, and it's going to cover this topic. And then week 3, then we're going to unlock week 4 and week 5 and week 6. So that you're not positioning it as live training. You're just saying that when they're in, the longer they're in, the more weeks they're going to unlock. Now, the advantage to you is that if no one ever buys the product, then you never had to create any more than just module 1. And the only reason we're creating module 1 is so that when we have that first customer, there is actually something in there for them to digest and to go through. And it also means, imagine this, that people aren't buying it because they just don't resonate with it, they're not enjoying the idea, or perhaps it was just not a very good idea for a course. And you've got a bit of proof, the fact that people don't want to buy it, so you need to change the structure now. You need to rethink it. Imagine if you had to create your entire course. Imagine if you recorded every lesson in every module. It took you 6 or 12 months. Then you started selling it, and then you didn't sell any. How deflating would that be to have to start again and recreate everything? But with this strategy, you're only out the amount of time it took you to produce module 1 and plan the rest of them. And if you don't sell any, great, you can do, well, not great, but you could just scrap the plans and rethink it, restructure it, and reposition it and start selling it as something slightly different. And that right there is, like I said, how I launch all of my online courses now. And it's now a step that we teach our clients. Because I don't want to see my clients waiting 6 or 12 months to launch their course or their coaching program or their training in any capacity, at any price point. We can get out the gate much quicker. And I hope that you found this helpful no matter which category you fall into. So hopefully you did find it helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button on this video, drop me a comment and let me know if you've used this strategy before, or perhaps if you will in the future, and also just let me know what you thought of this video. It helps encourage me and my team to continue to produce content for you. If you would like my help and my team's help on a one-to-one basis, then let us know. There is a link somewhere in the description box or the top comment to a page we can hear about our coaching and see if that would be a good fit. And if it is, you can book a call with someone on my team, and we could perhaps even walk you and talk you through this whole process. We do it with our clients every single day. With that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We put out a couple new videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. No, they've got me on fast forward. See you again. Oh, sorry.